Hello, everybody. Happy full moon. Well, technically it was yesterday, but I don't know. One calendar said it's today, so whatever.
I think it's still considered a full moon based on like the percentage of it that's still full. Like I think full moons sometimes count for like 2 days.
Yeah, so I'm always okay with like rescheduling it like a day or two after because it still looks full, okay?
Exactly.
Also ignore the cobwebs, the fake cobwebs just chilling. But if you want to introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Kitty. My channel is Spicy Cats Reads. Well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you read like a bunch of horror and stuff, right?
Horror, fantasy romance, monster romance, current addiction, alien romance. Have not been since that has started in my life.
I saw you hopped on the Ice Planet train.
Oh my god. So bad. So bad.
What book are you on?
I think I'm on 12.
What? You were literally on number 1. What?
Yeah, there's 22 books.
You were literally on the first book like 3 days ago. I swear.
It's an addiction. It just got out of hand at this point.
I'm deceased. I don't know. I don't think that'd be my thing.
But... No, I don't think you would like it. It has like your most hated trope.
Oh god. Oh,
yes,
I know. So I picked up A Court of the Vampire Queen from Barnes & Noble yesterday. Mm-hmm. Not bought it, but like I just like looked through it and then I saw the word pregnant and I was like, oh.
I didn't know that was in that.
It's there.
Oh, okay, so, yeah.
Minor spoiler alert, I guess. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but I spoiled myself and I'm not as excited for it anymore. But anywho, hello everyone. We're gonna be talking about this book right here. Small Angels. God. I mean, I'm sure everyone here knows my thoughts on it at this level. But let's hear Katy. Oh my god, I just called you Katy. Please. This is our first time like talking face to face. We almost met IRL like 2 weeks ago or something. 3 weeks ago? I don't even know.
Whenever I was in Chicago.
Yeah. And we didn't because my ass got fucking pink eye. So kill me. Anyway, yeah. What did you think of it?
What was your rating? Okay, my rating is 3.5 stars. Okay. Should I like talk about what I liked and what I didn't like, or just what I liked? What do you think?
Yeah, this is chill. Say whatever you feel.
Okay. Because I prepared a speech.
You what?
I was like getting ready because I was like, I get anxious talking in live streams, and I was like, even more discussing books because like my ratings are like, yes, 5 stars, and that's about it. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. But basically, the things I didn't like about this book were that the writing style was not my thing. I felt like it was really choppy. There was like so many periods, like every once in a while, and I was just like, I can't do this. And then I didn't like Chloe and Sam's whole perspective. Like I really could have done without their whole wedding thing. I don't think it was like really that necessary for it to have
the whole book.
No, because I was all into Kate and Lucia. I was like, yes. But like Chloe and Sam, I was like, I don't care about this woman trying to have this small town wedding. Like I don't care about this. Yeah, so that's what I didn't like. And I felt like towards the end, there was just way too much like miscommunication trope where like someone was like, I should tell them this. And they're like, but no, they'll like won't believe me or whatever. And I was like, bro, like someone just say something, wrap this up so much faster, please. Like I'm begging. But I really liked like going into it. I knew it was going to be slow first because you told me that you were like, you know, bored out of your mind. And I was like, okay, gothic fiction. Okay, it's going to be slow. So I prepared myself mentally for the pace. So I feel like it wasn't like a big problem for me. Mm-hmm. But I was sold on Lucia and Kate. Like I was just like, please tell me more. Please. Like I was just such a fan. I was such a fan of them. And Harry Child. Like I really did like this whole like folklore thing and like this haunted town. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I had fun, but I don't think if I had been reading it for your book club that I would have had as much fun. You know what I mean? I feel like I would have DNF'd or stopped a lot earlier if like I was just reading it on my own, just like for funsies. But since I was like responsible for this, I was like, no, I have to like finish it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that helped you push through. Like, actually, some I liked it. But can we just talk about the fact that the dude's name was Harry Child? Like,
yeah.
Harry Child.
I thought it was like a nickname, but I was like, wait, like, is that like his legit name? And I was like, wow, that's hilarious.
Harry fucking Child. Out of all the names in the world,
yeah,
Harry
everyone had weird ass names like Brian Last and like Sam Upthank or something like that.
Oh yeah, Upthank. I was like, what? I think I wrote his weird last name. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I saw in the synopsis, I was like, okay, there's a wedding. And like weddings are not, there are very few books where there were weddings and I'm like okay with it. Like, yeah. I'm not even gonna name any. But also in the chat, if you want to say your star rating, let us know. But yeah, no, I knew it was gothic fiction, so I was like, okay, it will be slow. So in the beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm here for the atmosphere, here for the vibes. But then it just like got so confusing with like who's talking, whose POV are we in, who is this, and are these actually ghosts? Like, what is happening? And then it got to the point where I'm like, do I even care that they're ghosts anymore? Like, yeah, it's creepy, but like I'm so bored that it doesn't even excite me. So I don't know.
It definitely wasn't like, I feel like when I first picked it up, like when I got it on like book of the month or whatever, I thought it was going to be more horror than it actually was, because I was like, ooh, ghosts, like haunted town. But like to a certain point, it's just like they're not really ghosts because they have so much influence over everything that's going on. They're literally just like, they're playing their roles. And I was like, it's not a ghost story at all, because they're so like physically there that they drive like so much of the plot, you know?
That's interesting that you said that. There was one scene, I guess we can go into spoilers. They're spoiler warning. But there was that one scene where Harry was holding, was it Harry? I think it was Harry, holding that one girl's hand and like prompting her to drown herself in the lake.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was like, I think the most intense scene for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the most like ghosty that I felt. But like when they were attacking the people and everything, I'm like, okay, they just feel like humans at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Because he was so like physical, like he could literally hurt you whenever he wanted. It wasn't even like he had any like real limitations. Like, you know, like the ghosts, like let's say like maybe they can like nudge you or like creep you out, but they don't actually have like that much of a physical presence. But this man could literally like choke you with dirt whenever he fucking wanted. Like he literally almost killed that girl Chloe, and like she was just chilling in a bar. I was like, okay, God, no, like it's too much power. Like it's too much. Like he can't like just be able to do whatever the fuck he wants. Like he was like walking around with his fucking dogs and shit, and I was like, no, like he's not a ghost at this point.
Yeah, no, that dog scene was the other, like that first when they were telling the story of like Harry's death with the dogs. That was the first time when I was like, okay, maybe I'll like this book. Maybe I'll actually like it. It just took like 65 pages, whatever, but maybe I'll actually like it. And then I didn't. But I gave it 2 stars, if anyone was wondering. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that dog. So if y'all are still here and haven't read the book, basically the Harry, his brother wanted to kill him.
Yeah, he was like, he hated him because Fred hated Harry because Harry had like this like charisma, and like the Woods loved him and people loved him, and he was just like really jealous of the fact because he went to like such an expensive school and he paid so much money to be like, he had a beautiful wife, and like he wanted to be envied and feared, and so he hated that Harry was basically like so beloved, and so that's why he like kills him, because he's just jealous essentially.
Yeah, so this guy basically lets his dogs loose and eats Harry alive. Yeah. And then so Harry comes back as a fucking ghost. Oh, and then so Harry comes back as a fucking ghost, and then people find out that Fred kills him, and then the villagers can't find him. And then there's this part where he's at like the local bar and he can hear the gunshot of them killing his dogs. And I was like, absolutely not. But yeah, at that point, that's when I was like, okay, maybe this is gonna get a little intense. Maybe I'll like it, but alas.
Yeah, that was fun. Like the whole like learning about Harry's history, like very slowly. I didn't really mind it, but I feel like at one point it got to be too much, you know, like why does he have so much power? Why does he have Fred's dogs like at this point? You know, like what?
True. Yeah, and like there was a lot of storytelling and like back and forth in this book, and I was just highly confused. Like there was nothing in the chapter heading that would tell you where you are, what's happening. Like it was just too much brain power for like not a good reward. I feel like the payoff was just not worth my brain cells doing work, you know? Not breeding kink. What were we talking about? Oh,
that was for Ice Planet.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Court of the Vampire Queen.
It's because like I think that Ice Planet is like that's like what it's known for. It's like it's a breeding one, but I was talking more about like pregnancy. You know that I was like, oh, that's like your like most hated trope or whatever. But.
Yeah, I was really nervous. I'm not gonna lie that you were gonna wear your mouse earrings.
Oh my god, I know. I wouldn't. I was
like, she knows better.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done
that. But hello, Jess. Thanks for coming. Hi. DNF this book. I didn't even know you were reading it, Sharni, but I could be convinced to pick it up again if people enjoyed it. I'll rewatch this live later because I probably can't stay the whole time because I'm slightly busy. Oh god, yeah, she's going through it right now. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But I don't know, Sharni, it's not worth it. I don't think so. There are other gothic fictions out there that are a lot better. Hi Amanda, hello, thanks for coming. I DNF but still here for Jan and the fun. God, did you hear that? It's like a car honk. Give it a 1 for the 2 hours of audio I listened to it. Fair 1.5. Yeah, everyone on my Patreon was shitting on this book, and I was like, it might be good because of the dog scene, and then I was like, never mind.
I was like, I knew that we were gonna have like different opinions. Yeah. But I'm shocked that everyone didn't like it that much. Like 1.5 star. I'm like, damn. I really liked the romance. I was reading for the romance and like the mystery of Harry Child, but there definitely was like issues with the book in general. I don't think it's for everyone, for sure.
Yeah, I did like I even liked some of the romance parts for Sam and Chloe. Like he said some cute things towards the end about like there was that one line that was like, it doesn't have to be super romantic. It could just be.
Oh, I highlighted that. Yes, it was so sweet where he was like, don't feel bad for me or something. It's not a grand adventure, but like just drinking coffee with her is like romance. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I was like, exactly.
I was like, that's so cute. You guys are so cute. But I could have done without them. Like I feel like this book would have been shorter and probably better without that perspective so much.
I didn't even know when their perspective was because I was just confused. And I didn't know. What?
It was just mostly Chloe's, like when she's just kind of fucking around in the woods after everyone told her not to go in there. And I'm like, white woman, of course. She's fucking going in the woods. Like she was like, they're like, we don't go in there. She's like, bet I will. I was like, I already know she's white. Like, I was like, I don't even need to read anything else. I'm like, I already know.
I'm fucking deceased. But these woods, so that's another thing where I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this, like creepy woods, like, oh, they're talking, they're hearing your stories and shit. But like, where was that? It was creepy in the first like prologue pages, and then after that, it wasn't mentioned until like halfway through the book, I feel like again. I don't know.
And yeah, I definitely thought the woods were going to play a bigger role in just like the overall story. I thought they were going to be kind of like their own separate entity, like kind of like an aggressor type of thing. And they kind of were because like they're the ones responsible for bringing back Harry Child. But like at the same time, it's like Harry Child is the one that's like killing people because he doesn't want to be lonely. So it's like the woods are just like, cool. Good job.
Good work. If I feel like, okay, I feel like if you didn't like this book, but you like the whole like nature has power type thing, I feel like Spells for Forgetting did it so much better. Have you read that?
No, but I've seen a couple people reading it. It looks good though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It has all that atmospheric vibes. There's a romance in there too. It's Second Chance. And it's the same thing. Like there are a bunch of characters. Sometimes you're confused about whose POV you're reading from. But yeah, the twist in that book is so good. I wasn't expecting it. But yeah. Have you read Lauren Owen's The Quick?
Mm-mm. This was my first Lauren Owen.
Same. I heard The Quick is really good though. So I want to check that out. I think it's like, I want to say it's also, it's like Victorian era. I don't know why I said also. Let me look it up.
Yeah, she has like a lot of like degrees like in English and shit. And I was like, why is the writing not as great then? I was expecting it to be better. I was like, damn, PhD. I was like, ooh, like crazy.
Yeah, and then you get fucking Harry Child and
yeah, and like Brian Last. I was like, what is this?
girl. But yeah, Victorian Yorkshire is where it's set. Like it just sounds so good just from, and the cover looks cute. Anyway, I like the kids in the beginning with the grandma and her mother almost running away with her, but I don't like the Chloe stuff and Sam. I had a question about Sam and Chloe towards the end. I just don't remember where I wrote it down.
I'm gonna let my dog in because she's like crying.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking. All my green tabs are things I wanted to discuss, but I can't freaking find. Oh wait, okay. So I love that the book ends with a colon. Like that the story's like just about to begin type thing. I thought that was unique. I've never read a book that ends with a colon. So he's like, oh, okay, so
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I thought that was great. That's kind of where it ends though. And apparently this fulfills the, if you're still doing your book of the month challenges, it fulfills the page pusher prompt, even though it's not 400 pages.
They're like slow. It'll feel like 400 pages.
Exactly. What made me cry? I put, why did this almost make me cry?
Oh, I cried like twice in this book.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge crier. I cried when you know Lucia's like about to like jump off the cliff, right, with the fucking Harry Child little shit, and her sisters and Kate are like telling her like all like the good things about her, because like I mean it's also a story of kind of like rewriting your own narrative and like not believing that you're like the worst, you know, because like her grandma, all she would tell her was like you're bad, you're bad, you know.
Yeah, her grandma. Yeah, trigger warning for
yeah, so much.
Her grandma really like slaps her out of nowhere.
Yeah, she would hit everyone. I was like, damn. What? Okay. And I was like, it made me cry that she was like, you know, she thought about it and she was like, I can rewrite like kind of like my own story, and like I don't have to believe what everyone else thinks about me. Kind of like your perception of me is not my problem type of thing. And so I was like tearing up because I was like, ah! Like I was like, yes, Lucia, please.
all right, I'll give that one to you.
And I think I cried when like where Lucia and Kate are like professing their love for each other, where they're like, I don't know what you think of me, like, you know, because like they hooked up, but like they never really talked about what it meant, and they're like talking about what they are now, and like how they couldn't put into words like what they were, because it's like young love, heartbreak, you know, second chance mixed with all this like crazy paranormal stuff happening to them. And I was like, yes. Yes.
I don't remember if this is, oh no, this is Sam and Chloe. On page 286 is when I almost cried. What did he say? Does that seem odd to you? Yeah, when she was like, why are you so desperate to pretend that nothing's wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, wait. She said that. Yeah. And then she's like, I needed someone to listen and you wouldn't. I was so lonely. I was scared. Like that whole situation. And then I think, I don't know if this was the same argument, but there was also a part where they were talking about like that that extra closeness you get after an argument or like a heart to heart, and then you hug, and then you just feel closer to that person because like you opened up and stuff. That got me almost. But
yeah, that was very sweet. I was just mad at Sam because I was like, first of all, you don't tell your girl about this crazy freaking forest that you grew up in because you want to like continue being ignorant. And then when she tells you that weird stuff's happening, you're like, forget it. Like, don't even think about it, you know? And then like she's over here like alone like the entire wedding because he's like working on some shit. And I'm like,
yeah, I was like, okay, wait, didn't Sam leave? Like, where is he? What is happening?
He leaves her alone, like while she's over here, like freaking thinking she's going insane and like cleaning this freaking church. And I was like, wow, I was like, freaking asshole.
I will say, what?
No, I was like, he was just so mean. I was like, wow, I can't believe you're doing this to her on your wedding week. I was like, wow.
Yeah, why the fuck was she cleaning the church? First of all, she was a goddamn bride. Second of all, I have a love-hate relationship with the fact that it's even called Small Angels because it was such a dumb reason. Like, it was just combining the two names. It was like St. Michael something.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's why this title is the way it is. Like, I thought there were going to be some, like, evil angels or something. Like, yeah, that was anticlimactic. I put update, it was a stroke when her grandpa fell.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I wrote that. I guess I never knew why he fell until that moment. I never understood. I think I zoned out for a lot of like the grandparents' part besides when Nan was slapping people.
Oh my God. Yeah. Do you remember the thing where she was like talking about how she was like took on the role of like man in the house and she was like talking about her like abusive father and stuff? I was like, damn, this book is literally just about abusive like relationship between parents and child. Like I was like, Jesus Christ, like
yeah.
So much familial abuse.
Yeah, wasn't there a part where like someone fed someone a fried mouse and I was like, absolutely the fuck not. I forgot who it was. Oh, we told when he was a child, his oldest great aunt had tried to cure him of whooping cough by feeding him a fried mouse.
Oh, I don't remember that, but that's hilarious.
I was
no, like, what the hell?
I was like, fucking nope.
Oh, fried mouse.
Yeah, like I would have murdered. I would have murdered if someone tried to feed me a fried mouse. Wait. Oh yeah, apparently I did feel that literally as soon as I closed this book, my brain just spilled everything out. So I'm like looking back at my notes because I don't remember shit. But apparently I also felt the same way about Kate and Lucia because I'm like, I think how she feels about Kate is my favorite part about this book.
They were like the best thing. I was like, oh my God, I am obsessed with you two. And the fact that Lucia would call her, she would call Kate my graveyard girl. I was like, falling in love in a cemetery. I was like, are you fucking with me? Like, you're fucking with me. I was like, this is the cutest thing I've ever read. I was like, dream scenario right here. I was like, someone calling me their grave. I even think I wrote that down when it came up. I was like, if someone called me their graveyard girl, I'd be married.
I'm sorry. That's like have you watched Wednesday yet?
I started. I'm like on the 3rd episode, I think.
Me too. Literally the 3rd episode. But it's like all the nicknames that her dad calls her, like my little death trap.
Yeah. So cute. I was like, oh my God. Oh yeah, I did. I was like, falling in love in a cemetery is so goth. Oh my God.
Freaking gothic fiction who?
You really did it, yeah.
It really did.
Wow. I'm happy for you too.
I don't know. So everyone in the chat, my plan was if we both didn't like it, we were just gonna talk about our end of the year wrap up type of stuff, like best and worst books and shit, without spoiling our end of the year videos. But just like a couple here and there. But apparently Kitty liked it. So here we are talking about the book for 25 minutes. But just letting that up. Goth goals.
Exactly. It's so sweet. I was like, wow, that's really sweet. I'm just here for Kate and Lucia. Like that's I don't give a shit about anyone else. I was like, I'm there for their love story. That's
I
what I'm
didn't
here.
even know how old these people were. Like, it was so hard to tell, like, ages, and then, like I said, POV and time for all of this. I was just so confused the entire time, but I also didn't give a shit.
I think I placed them around like 30s, because like it just seemed like because she was like working at cathedrals and stuff, and I was like, okay, going to college and then like having some random jobs and then learning like how to fucking do like mason work and stuff. I was like, okay, it's probably like 30 something. I placed them like around their 30s.
Okay.
But yeah.
There were some parts, like, especially when they were talking about, like, the sisters as a whole, like, as a group, when they would distinguish, like, oh, she was the youngest. Like, I just pictured them as, like, little women, like, Little House on the Prairie, like,
yeah,
you know, frolicking through the woods.
Mhm.
Like, so I was just confused in my head. But I also don't visualize shit when I read. Do you visualize stuff when you read?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't. So I was thinking about that today. I was listening to an audiobook and I was like, you know, I'm not really visual. Usually it's easier for me to visualize for audiobooks because like it's almost like my eyes aren't really doing the work. So I could just like focus, you know, in my brain. But today I was listening to an audiobook and I realized I was picturing like how the words the narrator was saying would like look physically on a page. Like I was visualizing the book with the fucking words that the narrator was saying.
You're like,
what is my brain?
You're visualizing a physical book while listening to the audiobook. Amazing.
And I caught myself doing it too. I was like, because I'm like I was like, okay, Jan, focus on every word that they're saying. And then I'm focusing and I'm like writing the word out in my brain. It was so stupid. I was like, wow, this is next level. But
I can't do audiobooks. I can't focus. I lose complete track of the story. I have no idea what even happens. Like for like if I literally I'll listen to it, I'll stay hooked for like 2 minutes max, and then I'll like zone out, and then I'm like, what the hell was I doing? And then like it's still playing, and I'm like, what's going on? I can't do it.
That's me all the time, and that I know that's partly why I always give audiobooks like 3 stars max. But this one might be a 5-star. I'm listening to The Island by Adrienne McKinty right now. It's the author of The Chain, if you read that. It's really good. It has like, huh?
Is it a thriller?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I don't read thrillers.
Oh, you don't? Okay. You get bored?
I get bored of thrillers.
Yeah, this audiobook has like gunshots and shit, so I was like,
that's fun.
I'm slightly entertained. But yeah. Do you have anything else to say about the book before we keep talking about end of the year stuff to keep people entertained?
Honestly, not really. I feel like my whole thing was just I was obsessed with the sapphic relationship, and that was the extent. I was just like waiting to see Lucia and Kate get together. That was what I was waiting for.
What did you think about the ending?
I was like, I liked it because I was like, yeah, make the villagers work. Like, you guys have had this like huge responsibility for years, and I was like, no. Let these fuckers do something. Like, that shit was fucked up.
I'm crying. I don't even. Yep. Okay. So, literally page 380. I was like, what are they even talking about? So I just asked you what you think about the ending because I don't remember shit about the ending. So
they basically just like decide to tell the village the tale of the mock beggar and like Harry Child, so that you know they can kind of like be also responsible for their woods because they live there too, type of thing.
Side note, have you read Comfort Me with Apples? Because that was the title of this.
I saw that. No, I haven't read that book, but I saw it and I remembered that that's a book, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to read it.
I think I gave it 1 star, maybe 2. I hated it. It was the twist. You might hate the twist. I think you will hate the twist, like 100%.
I was looking at our ratings because I was like comparing to see how our reading taste is, and I feel like we read similar books, but we always rate things like really different. So I was like, that's interesting. because I was like, you gave this one 2 stars, and I gave this one 3.5, and then I was looking because I was watching your Black Sunshine live show to see like how your structure was for this, and I gave Black Sunshine I think 3.5, and you gave it a 5, and I was like,
I was obsessed.
Yeah.
Speaking of Black Sunshine, McKay was my guest for that. Hello,
McKay. He was just like 1 star, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh my god.
I was like, so happy. Book. I was so happy he hated it though, because his rants are the fucking best. We're about to buddy read Light Lark. Have you read that?
No, but I've seen it.
Yeah,
the TikTok book.
Exactly. So we're about to buddy read it because someone recommended it to me for the 12 Recs thing, but I'm not going to put it on that list. But he's like, let's buddy read it and then shit on it if we hate it, which we probably will.
I think, I don't know. I don't trust TikTok recommendations at all.
Yeah,
so I feel like it's probably going to be shit.
I mean, I don't even have TikTok, but I hate that there's even a book talk table at Barnes & Noble. Like, why? Why? Mm-hmm. And they have like box sets too now, like book talk box sets. Like, girl. Really depends on the book and narrator. I can do some audiobooks. Yeah, same. It's very rare that I give audiobooks anything higher than a 3. Unless it's nonfiction, like memoirs narrated by the author themselves, they're usually a 5. Hi, Cami. Haven't read this book, but I'm here to support. Aw, cutie. Don't read this book. Don't You're gonna hate it.
It might be that McKay likes it, because you guys had like polarizing opinions on Black Sunshine, but I doubt it. I feel like it's too slow.
Highly doubt it. I think McKay will be bored on page 5, if that. So, comfort me with Apples' ass. Yeah. It's like, I think it's less than 100 pages, and I still feel like I was so pissed I wasted my time. It took me like an hour to read. And I was so pissed about that hour that I'll never get back. I was so mad. You have no idea. I want you to read it now just so you see this.
I do want to read it because I don't know why. Like the cover just always like, I'm like, And I feel like sometimes I have very different opinions on extreme horror. It's not extreme horror, but like on horror in general. So I'm just like, maybe I would like it. I don't know. My Aquarius moon is just like, maybe you'll be the different one, bitch. I'm like, maybe.
Me for every book ever. But every hyped book ever. That's me. But maybe in like a few days, I'm going to ask you about your tropes that you like or hate. And actually, no, tell me now. That makes no sense. Why am I telling you? What are the tropes that you hate? And then I can tell you if you hate, I'll think in my brain if you like or hate this.
Fuck? I'm trying to think of what I hate. I hate like love triangles in general.
Okay.
Fuck. I'm like looking at my bookshelves. I'm like, what's my worst? I hate thrillers. Obviously, I don't like thrillers. Fuck. I don't really like family dynamics either. I don't like reading about them, like toxic families or just like very like heavy drama books, like where I'm just like, I'm not trying to vibe with that. But I don't really hate, I feel like I don't really hate that much stuff. I give everything a shot, but like I feel like love triangles, I don't like drama that much, and I don't like thrillers. Those are like my top hated, I guess.
Okay, that doesn't answer my question about comfort me with apples, so we're just gonna let it linger.
I'm gonna try it and see, I'll tell you what I think.
That book, exactly. God, it was so annoying. Did I read that this year? I think I read that this year. I think it's on my most disappointing of 2022. I remember that live show. Yep. I honestly, that was a fun live show. I mean, everything's always fun with McKay, but Black Sunshine, I gave 3 stars. I remember I was surprised because Cami loves like smutty fantasy romance.
My problem with that one was just that like it felt like everyone was not real except for the main vampire guy. Like I hated the female main character. I was just like, dude, oh my God.
Yeah, she was annoying. Like, okay, Black Sunshine was cringy as fuck. Like, don't get me wrong, I know the writing was bad. I was just like swooning for this couple. I don't know why. But Blood is Love, the second one, is so much
I want to read that one. Yeah.
That one has
I'm not going for it because like I'm like expecting brilliant writing because like my favorite book of the year is fucking Ice Planet Barbarian. So like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, literary masterpiece. Like, no, I don't give a shit about the writing. Like honestly, if it's a fun time, it's a fun time, you know? It just like felt like no one was real to me. Like I was just like, and I also don't really like urban fantasies as like that much. But I do want to read the second because I always feel like the second I would give like a higher rating because I feel like it'd be more plot heavy.
The second one has a scene that involves a tail, if that helps.
I would love that. It sounds like a fun ass time.
And it has more of like a fantasy plot compared to the first one where it's all like set up. And then yeah, this one has more. If you like fantasy, I feel like you'd like The Blood is Love more. Because I did. Yeah. I actually put The Blood is Love on my top 10, but not Black Sunshine. Which is
really?
Yeah, that like never happens for me either. Usually I love the first book like out of the entire series. So TikTok recommended me some pretty good smut, just saying we love inappropriateness and scandal.
That's true. That's true. I will give dark romance and smut and monster romance girlies. They're the ones. They know so much, and I'm like, wow, I've learned so much from you guys. Like, I love it.
I actually got Black Sunshine from a TikToker who also posted it on Reels. Yeah. So I actually like Comfort Me with Apples, but yeah, it is kind of dumb when you know the ending. Yeah.
Okay, I have to read this.
It'll literally take you an hour. Just read it tonight and let me know the verdict tomorrow. Love triangles when the two guys vying for the girl are also secretly lusting for each other. That's so specific.
If that was like the common one, then hell yeah, I would love for like a poly kind of situation. But I don't know. Just like, I think because I'm just so used to it being a YA staple. I hate it in YA, but I haven't really read it in like an adult. So maybe like in an adult version, I would actually like a love triangle.
I was gonna say maybe it's just YA.
Yeah. I
usually hate it too in YA, but in these hollow vows and these twisted bonds, I'm thriving.
Is that adult? I thought it was.
No, it's YA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I'm saying like I usually hate it, but in there I'm like living for that love triangle. That mythology is just YA tropes anyway. But so I just accepted it and I love it. I was swooning today during my lunch break. I don't mind a love triangle, but it got annoying after a while when every YA exactly. Why does every teen girl need to choose between two dudes?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then they try to twist it, like make it sapphic. But it's still like the YA language and stuff. So anyway, oh, you already said your best book. What's your worst?
I think my most disappointing one was either Dead Silence or what is it called? Or that one with the Nothing But Blackened Teeth.
Oh God.
Okay. It's gonna be my worst.
What'd you say?
I said one of those two is gonna be my worst book. I hated both of them.
Yeah, I hate him. I know McKay hated it too. Nothing But Blackened Teeth. I haven't heard of Dead Silence, I don't think.
It's like a sci-fi thriller.
Oh, by S.A. Barnes.
I'm just mad that I spent so much money on it. That's really where my like problem with it. I'm just like, I paid so much for this hardcover and I hated it.
Is this the author of Behind Closed Doors or something? Or The Therapist? One of those?
There's another book, but I don't know which one.
Am I dumb? I think I'm dumb. S.A. Barnes. Why does that author sound so familiar? S.A. Barnes. Oh, is it a debut? Am I
sure?
Okay, never mind. Nothing But Blackened Teeth deserves to be burned alive. Yeah, that was another hour that I wish I could get back. Like, I think I gave it 2 stars though. I didn't hate it as much as McKay and Jesse did. But I could see like that author was definitely writing next to a thesaurus, like had a thesaurus next to them while they were, for fucking sure. And like the creature on the cover appeared like once.
Exactly. I was like, what the fuck is this? I liked the one scene where that. Well, maybe I shouldn't say spoilers. I didn't even rate it. I just thought I read it. I didn't even rate it.
it doesn't even deserve.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even want to talk about this.
That's so funny. My worst. What's my worst book? What is my worst book? I feel like I know a bunch on that list, but hold on. Most disappointing. Where is that? Pulling up my phone. Is it Carrie Soto is Back? That might be my worst book.
That's the tennis one or something?
Yeah, I think that's my worst. Yeah, Comfort Me with Apples is on this list too. Yeah, I think Carrie Soto's Back might be my worst book. I was so irritated by that book. I don't remember if I gave it 1 or 2 stars. But yeah, the one by Taylor Jenkins Reid that everyone was fucking crying over.
Did a lot of people like it? I haven't read any like Taylor Jenkins Reid books.
Oh yeah, it's a 4.27 on Goodreads. I gave it 2 stars.
Holy shit. About tennis?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
People's argument is that it's about like female greatness and blah 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 blah. I'm like, I get it, but also
But it's tennis. Come on, guys.
like
I don't give a fuck about that.
Like I don't know if you saw my vlog for it, but it was literally like I'm getting ready to go on court. I'm wiping my shoes. I'm tying my shoes. I'm getting on court. Like she served the ball. I hit it back. I'm almost winning. Oh no, I'm losing. Like literally, it's like you talk about choppy. Like it was choppy, and it was just those like.
Yeah. Oh god, that sounds like my nightmare. Truly.
Oh my god, 9 Lives. I hated this fucking book too. I think I read this. When did I read this?
That's a thriller too, right?
Yeah. 9 Lives by Peter Swanson. When did I read this? I hated this. I listened to this on audio, and it's in a retelling of And Then There Were None.
Oh
yeah.
It
was so bad. Like, I don't even remember the twist. I don't know if there was a twist. But and your best was Empire of the Vampire.
Oh yeah. It was so good. Yes, I can't wait for the second.
Like, I know he's problematic and shit. That's why I stopped reading it, because I got so much anxiety over, like, cancel culture and shit. So,
you should read it. It's like, everyone's problematic. Like, every author, every famous person, whatever. Everyone's gonna do some stupid shit, because that's just humans. Like, people are stupid, you know? But Empire of the Vampire is a fucking fantastic fucking fantasy vampire book. Like, that shit was so good.
I believe it. I mean, I know I'm still gonna read it because I own it and I try to read every book I own. But I'm just, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna vlog it or anything.
Just read it and don't really you don't have to make like a whole thing about it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a Patreon buddy read, and I'm like, I'm still on page 8, and everyone's like reading their ratings, and I'm like, I'm on page 8, still on page 8 a month later, literally.
The second one I think is coming out next year too. So maybe you should wait and then read it like around the time that it's gonna come out, because it's a chunker. A lot of stuff happens.
You think I'm gonna binge this book? You think no. There's no way I'm gonna be like, oh my god, can't wait to pick up the second one right after going through 900 pages of this other book. There's no way. I'm not that type of reader. I am not that bitch. I literally said that about like that was one of my excuses for putting off House of Earth and Blood.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, I want to wait for the paperback. And then I'm like, what if I want to jump into it right away? What if I love it so much? I'm not gonna everyone knows I'm not gonna do that. So who am I lying to?
Oh my god. But I think I read like 20 pages out of that one, and I was like, this is too much info dumping at once. I was getting annoyed.
Oh no. Yeah, Cami said it took her like 300 pages to get into, and I was like, that's
oh my god.
That's a whole book. But I don't know. I'm like, my goal is to read it by the end of the year, because it's on my 22 books list, and that's like one of my top priorities, just to fucking get it over with, because it stares at me every goddamn day. So, but I don't know. Have you read any Sarah J. Maas?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh,
I have two of them, and I tried to read both of them, and I stopped. I don't know why. I want to get the Sarah J. Maas. You know, I want to be that girly, but Every time I try, like, I don't know why I just get like, I'm like,
it's so funny that we want to be that girly, but it's like
I want to be that girly so bad. I can't. Like, I just want to know that I want to see art because it always pops up, and I just want to understand who the fuck these characters are. But it's so hard. It's so hard for me.
I know. We like want to be that girly, but it's like I also hate hyped books, so like just pick one. I don't know what you want, girl. In your defense, the Crescent City books are garbage. Oh, I love SJM, but I hate her for those books. Disgusting.
Oh, really?
I know. I thought you just hated the second one. I didn't know you hated the first one too, McKay. That's hilarious. I don't know. I feel like I'd like it. I hate it. I didn't hate it. It was like 3 stars, but I gave it 4 stars for my personal effort of reading of reading A Court of Silver Flames.
Oh, yeah. I remember watching your vlog when you were like, Sarah was like trying to get you to like lower it or something. I don't know why that scene is like stuck in my head every time someone talks about it. I'm just like, I remember Sarah telling Jan that it was too high. Like in my brain. Like, I don't know why.
That scene. I love that you called it a scene. I'm
literally
dying.
at this point.
Yeah, I read it in like 4 days, so I was like super impressed that I didn't need the audiobook. Well, first of all, the audiobook's awful. Like even Hannah from Hannah's Recent Reads, who's like the biggest SJM fan I know, said it's bad. So I was like, okay, I'll take your word for it. And yeah, but what was the point of that? I don't even know. I didn't like that is the point. But I think I'd like House of Earth and Blood. I don't know if I'd make it to the second one, but all my goals involve me waking up a totally new person who can follow through with things like reading these chunky books. Literally me. Every day at work, all I think about is all the stuff that I could be doing. And then I get home and I'm like, I don't want to do any of these things. I'm going to be a fantasy girly. Make it your goal. Read 1 fantasy book a month next year. There you go. I hate hyped books, but Throne of Glass is low-key my favorite. Oh! Why did I not know this? For some reason I thought... No. I'm gonna be one of those who reads The Assassin's Blade first because I'm gonna get super confused if I don't. So that's on my 23 books list, which is uploading right now, by the way. Shameless plug. I don't know where that tab went. Did I accidentally close it? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, so that's uploading. Yeah, so I'll read it. I'll start it next year. But like the last book is like 1,000 fucking pages.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know. I think the biggest book I've ever read was A Court of Silver Flames.
Oh, that was huge.
Yeah, I think it was literally 699. Like, she didn't push to one more to make it 700. I think it was either that or is Aka War bigger? One of those was the biggest books I've ever read. 1,000 pages though? I don't know. Read Assassin's Blade before Queen of... No, I have to read Assassin's Blade first because I don't even care if it spoils shit for me. I just need to know who these characters are. I might restart Throne of Glass. I gave up on like book 4, I think. See, like I'm not a series gal. Like I don't know how you're gonna read 22 fucking books. I could never.
I mean, to be fair, they're like 90% smut, 10% storyline. So I mean, I read smut all day long.
But still, like I get so bored of any world ever. Like I feel like my cap is like 3 or 4 books. And I'm like, why am I still here? Like,
how many Throne of Glass? Like, is it like 9 or something? 10?
I think it's like 8 or 9.
Oh, that's a long one.
I don't know, but eventually I want to be that girl. Like, yeah, like I feel like duologies and trilogies are that good, you know. The Stand and Speaking Bones was the biggest book. Huh?
I think The Stand is by Stephen King, I think.
Oh, this is separate. Okay, I thought we were talking about Sarah J. Maas still. The Stand. Yep. And then Speaking Bones. Yeah, The Stand is huge. And isn't it like about a pandemic or something? Like why would I ever read that now that I've been through a pandemic? Huh?
I don't know much about Stephen King. I read like 3 books and they were like,
Yeah, I've read Carrie and what did I read? The Shining. I do want to read Salem's Lot though because vampires.
Oh, me too. Yeah, literally the only reason I'm like, oh, vampires, okay. I'll read
Exactly, and Pet Cemetery. But I heard that one's hard to get into too.
Oh, it's so. Oh my god. If you like grief horror, then yeah, Pet Cemetery. But other than that, it's really not that scary.
If I like grief horror, is that what
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Like where it's like a horror that deals a lot with like loss and stuff like that. There's like certain types of books that are kind of in that like subgenre, and Pet Cemetery is like literally that.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. I have like a cool edition of it from like a long time ago. I don't know the dates, but it's like
it's so cute with the like the cat. Do you have the one with the cat and like the green eyes? Yeah, it's so cool.
Yes, I think. And the like it's like a faded cover. It's hardcover. So is that the 80s?
I have like the mass market paperback. It's like super small and it has like the cat with like the green eyes and like the city in the background and stuff. It's very cute.
I don't even remember what's on mine, but I got it for like half off. Kingdom of Ash is 900. Exactly 980. That would take me a year. Are you kidding?
Don't people tandem read these two? Is that the one that they tandem read? Like 2 of the books you can tandem read with Dawn of Glass.
I think one of them is Tower of Dawn, and then
yeah.
You're right. I would get so confused. There's no way I would ever tandem read those. I mean, it seems like a funnish time to like get a whole well-rounded thing, but no, there's no way I could handle that. No way. I only read Assassin's Blade. I'm about to start Hob and Maslazan. What's that? That sounds complex. It sounds like some Lord of the Rings shit.
It really sounds like really high fantasy.
Smut Wreck, Pushed by Nyla K. Scandalous as fuck. 500 pages. There you go. Yeah, I saw you. I saw you post about it, McKay. That's the one that your Goodreads review was like, I'm taking no questions at this time or something. I think that's the one. But all right. We are inching towards an hour. I don't know why I talk like this when I get nervous. Like, why do I get awkward like that? Why do I talk like a fucking Victorian lord? Like, what the fuck was that? Robin Hobb and Stephen.
Oh, okay. Oh. I know who Robin Hobb is. I don't know who that other guy is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can hear for the smut wrecks. All right, McKay, here's your time to shine. I mean, the only smut I've read besides like Black Sunshine and shit was the Wicked Villain series.
Oh yeah.
And then no, I almost said Mindfuck. Mindfuck's not really smut.
I mean, it has like smut scenes.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've read a couple more, but I don't know. Robin Hobb books are supposed to be good. Assassin Apprentice and Mad Ship. Those just sound so intimidating. Like, those are those big, like, vintage fantasy-looking books. I can never
do that.
Like, I'm comfortable in the YA fantasy. I'm still, like, iffy on adult fantasy. Like, a lot of them sound intriguing. Like, Jade City. I would read Jade City. Am I going to be confused? Probably. Like, there are, like, 12 books in the series or more. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. That's a lot.
That's just like a whole year-long TBR. Like, Anyway, there we go. We stretched it to like an hour. Look at us go. No, don't listen.
I want to read this so bad. I want to read that.
On my wish
list. I suggest if you want some like monster. This was really popular, but I feel like it's really fun. It's very smutty. It's called The Lady and the Orc. Yes.
I started reading The Lady of Rooksgrave Manor and I DNF'd it.
Oh my god, who did I see that read that? I heard of that one, but
I think Sarah read it. and finished it. It took her a while to finish it, but yeah, I put Den of Vipers on my wish list because of the cover, and then someone actually bought it for me, and I was like, damn.
Have you read it or no?
Nope, but it's there. It's pretty. I'm not planning on reading it anytime soon, but when I do, it'll be a dedicated spoilery vlog probably. Yeah, monster. I just got Hello Lovely sent me it's like a double story thing bind up, and it's called Claws and Cubicles.
Oh my god.
So it's like a monster office romance. I don't even know. Okay.
I heard Sarah recommended me Soul Eater as like a monster romance. I think it's male monster romance as well, and I want to read that one too. It's also on my Kindle like little thing.
Kindle little thing. I gave Lady of Earthsquare Man 4 stars. I'm gonna buy the not special edition. What does it look like? Let me see. Den of Vipers special edition. God, I'm scared.
Wait, did you finish this one or did you like stop reading it? The Lady of Rook's Grave.
I DNF'd it. First of all, it was on my Kindle. I don't know. It was on my Kindle, so I wasn't like in the mood for an ebook. And then I was just kind of bored.
Oh, I love her dress. Okay, I'm gonna add this one.
I'm not like, I don't have credibility in that genre, so don't listen to me. Is it this one?
Oh, that's pretty.
That's intense. Oh, there's a better picture. Damn, what the fuck?
Wow, those edges.
So I'm screaming in collaboration with Kane. That's hilarious. What is this? Fabled Proudly. There you go. Cleared up. Fabled Proudly. Well, there you go. There's an anticipated release for everyone. Soul Eater was so good. Lily Main read it in one day. Loved it. Swooned. All right. Well, can't relate. But all right, I'm gonna go eat some din din because I'm starving. So this was fun. I'm definitely gonna be doing sprints with you soon. I'm gonna invite you because you're a fun time. And we're definitely gonna be meeting in person whenever you come back here.
I'm probably gonna go next year, honestly, because my sister lives over there, so I can just stay with her, which is a great time.
We're gonna make it happen. All right. Well, thank you for being my guest. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you for suffering through this book with me. If you did. And I'll see y'all next month with, what are we reading? We're reading Horrid with Joey. Horrid.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for you guys.
I read it already. It's a reread for me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm excited for what you guys think. Like, I feel like it's gonna be fun.
It's
your live show, anyways.
I love that book. Obviously, it's 5 stars for me, so spoiler, because I'm rereading it and I'm willing to. But yeah. Anyway, that's that. Good night, everyone. Happy full moon.